Welcome back, my dear friends, to our YouTube channel, Compliance Monk, where we discuss only about the compliances related to corporate. So, today we are going to talk about how to save tax from your income, from your salary. See, I'm also a middleman just like you, and when tax things comes, it really affect. So here I put some time to study and to understand that what to do or what can we avoid so that we can have proper tax saving target achieved. Everybody like that. So after putting some time over the income tax norms, I come to understand that there are two methodology from which we can save our income tax. Number one is having such kind of earning component in our salary structure which help in saving the income tax. And number two, to get certain kind of deduction from your salary which will give you tax benefit. So again I will repeat two basic category. One is doing some permutation and combination with your salary structure, and another one trying out some good kind of a salary deduction which is giving you tax benefit. The number one methodology which I expressed regarding to saving income tax is related to salary structure, and this has been used by very few taxpayer as it's required some kind of negotiation with your employer, with your HR representative to make them understanding that how you can help your tax save by using such kind of salary structure, or you can design such kind of salary structure. Now let's see what are those components, or what are those actually ingredients that will help through your salary structure to save your income. We can have such kind of earning component via using rent payment, from which we can have our income tax saving. For example, HRA, and also a rent deduction under section 80GG of Income Tax Act. So if we use house rent allowance as for our living in a rented house, it can help us to save our income tax. Maximum HRA deduction one could claim would be lowest of actual HRA received, which will be 40 or 50% based on your metro city and non-metro city of your basic plus DA of the salary. The rent paid, which will minus 10% of basic pay plus DA. Now for metro cities, as already I said, now in order to claim this particular benefit and the HRA deduction, one must have this as an earning component in the salary structure. Now in case if you are paying rent but this is not under your salary structure, then also you get such opportunity to save the income tax over it. So you have the opportunity to save the claim or a deduction of up to 5,000 rupees per month under section 80GG. And for this you need to fill a form number 10BA. Now let's see what are the other earning component in your salary structure which can help you to save income tax deduction. One can avail the benefit from using uniform allowances made on uniform. If your company is having certain kind of uniform which is required for doing your job, then you can have such benefit while using this uniform actual cost. But yes, this need to be reasonable. It doesn't mean that one can put any figure for that. Similarly, we have the another earning component called as children educational allowances. Children educational allowances is non-taxable up to rupees 100 per month, limited to maximum 2 number of children. We also got hostel expenditure allowances, which is also non-taxable up to rupees 300 per month, again limited to maximum 2 number of children. Free food and beverage provided to the employee. This is exempted up to rupees 50 per meal. This can also be given in the forms of meal coupons like Sodexo. Assuming 2 meals a day and 22 working day in a month, this can make up to rupees 2,200 per month as a tax free for an employee. Medical insurance premium paid or reimbursed by the employer is not chargeable to the tax. So including this in our salary structure, we can save income tax. for the car owned by an employee, which is partially used for official as well as for personal purpose by the employee. So here we can get around rupees 1800 for car which is having an engine capacity of 1600 cc, and 2400 rupees of tax benefit for those car which is having more than 1600 cc capacity. And also for the maintenance expenses plus rupees 900 per month, that is also a tax free for driver. But yes, we need to submit expenses bill. Any reimbursement component related to mobile and internet bill is also tax free on actual basis. LTA, leave travel allowance, one of the most common earning component that we often observe in our salary structure. This is a tax free when extended by an employer to an employee for going anywhere in India along with his family. Exemption is available for traveling expenses and not for hotel or food bills. This can be done twice in a block for around 4 years. So there are certain limits on travel cost that can claim here. Though it's a quite reasonable, one can avail a cost equivalent to the first class rail fare, airfare of economy class. And this is only on submission of bills of expenses incurred. And the last one is employer contribution to Provident Fund and NPS schemes. So employer whatever they contribute for your NPS, National Pension Schemes or Employee Provident Fund, this is completely tax free. So try to have as much as saving under NPS or PF. Talk to your employer or HR and get it as much as high. So till now we have seen what are those earning components that may save our income tax. From here we will look after those kind of component which we need to get it deducted from our salary so that we can have the tax benefit. Or rather I shall say deduction from the salary income to obtain the income tax benefit. Number one is standard deduction. The standard deductions of rupees up to 50,000 is available to all the salaried person, from where a person can obtain the income tax benefit. The employment and the professional tax. So any amount actually paid during the year is deducted as an employment professional tax. However, if the professional tax is paid by an employer on behalf of its employee, then it is the first included in the salary of the employees as a prerequisite, and then the same amount is allowed as a deduction. Number third is the investment link deduction. The investment link deductions are connected with section 80C, section 80CCD or IB, section 80D, section 80E and 80G and so on. Deduction under section 80C. It is one of the most popular area by income tax payer to save income tax. It allows deduction of rupees up to 1.5 lakhs. A taxpayer can invest PF, ELSS, FD, NSC, NPS, life insurance and so on to take such benefit. Apart from that, one can also claim principal repayment for home loans, tuition fees, any payment of stamp duty under this particular section 80C. Deduction under section 80CCD 1B. This gives an additional deduction capacity of up to rupees 50,000 on an investment in NPS, National Pension Schemes. Deduction under section 80D. These sections provide deductions of medical insurance premium paid for self, family and parents. Individual below 60 years can claim up to rupees 25,000 as deduction for self and family, and rupees 25,000 for parents if they are also below 60 years. Furthermore, in the case where parents are above 60 years, the deduction increases by another 25,000 for parents, making a total of up to rupees 75,000, and where both the individual and parents are above 60 years, a deduction of rupees 50,000 for self and family plus 50,000 for parents can be claimed. So preventive health checkup up to rupees 5,000 can be claimed. Deduction for the interest on education loan for your children or yourself under section 80E. Now, interest paid on loan taken for higher education of self, wife or children can be claimed on actual basis. There is no upper limit of this deduction. Deduction for donation under Section 80G. It's eligible donation can get a deduction of up to 50 to 100% subjected to the conditions. Deduction for the interest on home loans. So Section 24 provides a deduction of interest paid on home loans up to rupees 2 lakh for self-occupied homes. And for house which will be let out, there is no limit to claim the interest deductions. Section EEA for the first time home owner. This also provides deductions of interest on home loan which would be over and above the deduction of available provision under Section 24 which we have just discussed. These sections provide a deduction of rupees 1.5 lakhs, which means one can technically increase the upper limit up to 3.5 lakhs for self-occupied homes. One should not have any home in his or her name, and the stamp duty value of the house should not exceed more than 45 lakhs. So there is a small terms and condition, but if somebody get fit into that, can definitely take the benefit of this Access 1.5. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe, share and comment.